Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, my dear sister. I just want to come to you really quickly today to let you know if you're not aware of the Soulful Living Collective, this is a mentorship, it's a monthly membership, really a mentorship in which I work with sisters and really share the mindset, the tools, the tips, the resources, and the support needed to live a soulful and soul filled life, to truly connect to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to connect to your fitra, and to allow that light to influence every area of your life. So Alhamdulillah, we've been running this mentorship for 4 months now. And every month we have a specific topic that we go really, really deep into with a masterclass and a challenge and introspective prompts and questions. And we really, really go deep. And the goal is not just to learn, but it's about practical application, really applying this to yourself and to your family and to your environment. So, alhamdulillah, we've been together 4 months now. We've done topics like who is Allah in my life, really drilling down into not just knowing Allah, but who is He in my life? How do I relate to Him? How have I related to Him in the past? How should I relate to Him in the future? We've talked about soulful time management, really making space in your life for your spiritual routine and actually having your spiritual routine, your spiritual ethos dictate how you move throughout your day and how you move throughout your life and the importance of that in the grand scheme of things because we're just a number of days, right? We're just a number of days until we meet our Lord and then we are held to account. So we need to be purposeful with that time. So we did a whole month around that, around time management challenges, around really looking at the quality of what we're doing and infusing it with a soulful ethos. We also talked about in another month, who am I as a soul? And this is so important because, in my coaching and counseling sisters, so much of what we struggle with comes down to not really knowing ourselves and not really understanding our purpose, our essence. Like we have a lot of things that get piled on top of that essence. But at our core, who are we? What is our goal here? What have we been through in this life? And what do we need to work through and to excavate in order to return to that state of purity before we return to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? So we went deep, 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 deep into really our origin story, understanding ourselves on a soul level and how to up level and live from the highest part of ourselves. So that was truly transformative. And this month, we're wrapping up Know Thy Enemy, which is really talking about, of course, knowing the shaitan, but not just as a character from a book, right? We read about him in the Quran or we heard about him or everybody has a concept of the devil, but really knowing him on an intimate level, knowing his psychology, knowing what tripped him up, right? Understanding the level of his jealousy and his rage and his plot against mankind. And then we talked about also knowing and understanding, learning to discern his voice from our own. Because so many of the things that we deal with and struggle with, we think it's just us. But it's Shaitan either planting seeds or amplifying things that we already have within us. So we talked about that on a really deep level. And we're going to be talking about this week, really understanding the concept of weak links, right? Weak links are things that provide opportunities for Shaitan to get at us and to try to achieve his aim. So we go deep into that as well. So as you can see, this is a really practical, this isn't just book learning or some dry text. It's making this real, right? How do we live this deen? How do we live this way of life? How do we understand it, on a practical level, on a soul level, and truly have it impact and shape and mold who we are? So, with that being said, we will be moving into our fifth month, really, inshallah ta'ala. And again, this is a monthly membership, right? It's a monthly mentorship. It's really low cost for sisters who want that, focus in that environment and to just be in an ecosystem where people are really truly working on their souls, right? So Up until now, especially with our family members, if you joined, you pay one small fee every month, $69. And if you joined in month two, you got all the content from month two and month one. If you joined last month, you got all the month from all the content and challenges and master classes for the first 3 months. But going forward, what we'll be doing is that when you join, you access the content from the current month that you're in, and you get access to one of the foundation months. So you'll get access to your current month, and you'll get access to month one, right? Excuse me. And this is for a few reasons. One, I believe that's fairer to our family members, to the ones who got in at the beginning and who have been with us along the way and investing in themselves, each month and financially and also in the work that they've been doing. And also provides less overwhelm and more of a tangible path for sisters who are joining, midstream. So it works for everyone. So what I want to share today is that this is the last opportunity to join and get access to all four of the monthly themes that we've done so far. And that it will be for the next few days of December and the first week of January. After that, anyone who joins, and you're welcome to join anytime, will have access to that current month's content, that theme, and then one additional month, right, from the beginning. And then every month that you're continuing to be a member, you unlock another month. So you'll unlock month two in the second month that you're there, along with that current month's content. Make sense? So if you've been looking for a safe space, a soul centered environment, if you resonated with my content, if you know that, this coming year, you need to make a change, you need to work on your spiritual connection, you need to finally sow into yourself, plant seeds of fire within yourself, because those seeds then blossom and they impact everything and everyone around you. So I invite you, if this resonates with you, to join us. It's the Soulful Living Collective. And literally, we have a theme every month. We go deep into that theme in a masterclass. We make it applicable, we make it real, we make it raw. And then we have challenges and guides and prompts to help you really internalize and make tangible shifts in your life based on that theme. And you will get to know yourself very intimately in this environment, because one thing that I'm big on is really deep introspective questions that cause us to shift, because the quality of your answers and the level to which you can reduce confusion lies in the quality of the questions you're willing to ask, right? The questions you're really willing to ask yourself and others. So one of the hallmarks of this experience is really going deep into radical self-honesty, is what I call it, to be able to ask yourself these intimate and deep questions and to unearth what's really there without shame, blame, or guilt, but to give yourself the opportunity to either examine it and say, okay, I like this, or to make a shift if necessary. And you have our support and our love in doing so. So again, this is your formal invitation. After this week and a few days, the sisters who join will have a different experience. If you want to get in and dive in and spend this winter just immersing yourself in the last 4 months of master classes and challenges and content to really, hyper activate your growth and your spiritual connection, then I invite you to join us now, Charlotte Atlas. So you will find a link, or you can message myself or reply to the email, whatever way you're getting this, and let me know I'm in. I'm ready to put my soul first. So I look forward to seeing you. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.